Good afternoon, everybody. Judy Maggio with Decibel, and we've been talking this month about iconic Austin places, places that make Austin unique and special and kind of put us on the map. And one of those places you might not know about is the Resistencia Bookstore, and Andrea Zarate is the communication director here. Thanks for being with us.
Yeah, thanks for
This is such a cool place, and I have to admit, I've never been here before. Tell us a little bit about this bookstore and the role it plays in the community.
Well, so it's a very special place, special in different ways to everyone. It's started as a bookstore by a poet named Raul R. Salinas.
And he was pretty famous in Austin. I remember seeing him perform, yeah.
Yeah, he's from East Austin, and in his youth, you know, he got into some trouble and he was incarcerated.
Yes.
And I believe he was incarcerated twice, and during that time is when he kind of became politicized and, you know, started reading more about the struggles of Chicanos, Mexican Americans, and Latinos, and that kind of helped him just become more aware of, you know, the discrimination and all the ways that systematically Latinos like end up in poverty or incarcerated. And so he was writing poetry on the inside, and when he came out, he published his work, and he encountered, you know, if people aren't going to publish my work, or if people aren't going to read my work, I want a place for us, you know, to do it ourselves. And so Resistencia Bookstore started in 1983 to be a space for Latinos and Chicanos and Native American people to, you know, read their work, publish their work, and share it with the community.
Art hub.
Yeah.
So what are some of the things that you all host here now? Because, and I want to talk about the books as well, but I know that it's also a gathering place in East Austin.
Because, I mean, the big thing that we do is promote literature and poetry and poets and writers. But other than that, we also, you know, are in general promoting cultural arts activism all the time. We have film screenings, we have filmmakers come in, we have musicians, music events outside, and all kinds of things relating to the arts. So it's not just literature, but that's our big passion, to promote that.
So if somebody walked in the door, what are some of the highlights? What are some of the things they'd see here? Because it's so colorful, and there's so many wonderful things that I want to pick up and read. But talk about some of the collections that you have.
So we basically have a lot of books that you're not going to find other places, and books that you're not even going to find on Amazon. They're independent books by independent writers, and some of the books we've even published ourselves under Red Salmon Press. And so there's going to be a lot of books by Raul R. Salinas, because he passed away years ago, but we still, you know, carry his work, and it still inspires us, you know, in what we do. And so we have a lot of huge poetry section, and we have works by Asian American writers, Black writers, Native American, Middle Eastern writers as well. And a lot of the books that we have are women writers too.
So one of the issues we've been covering is the fact that some of these unique, cool places that you can find in Austin that are very much a part of our fabric of the city are having to move because of rising rents. So I know you guys are facing that right now. Talk about where you're located and some of the issues that have arisen.
Yeah, so we've been in different places in Austin, and every time, you know, we've had to move due to some financial reason, right? And so right now we're on Cesar Chavez, way at the end over here, but our rent actually, we paid $1,500 and it got like doubled, more than doubled. Yeah. And so we're like, we are a grassroots organization, we can't pay that increase. So we're looking for a space, and we probably gonna have to be out of here by the end of this month. And so we're looking in other, you know, neighborhoods like Montopolis to see if we could find a place there. And we're hoping that the community will help us cover those rent, because it's still going to be more than what we paid here. You know, here we had kind of our rent controlled for a little bit, but you know, the landlord change their mind.
Yeah.
So elsewhere, we're still going to have to pay more. So we're really fundraising to pay that gap that we don't get from grants. And the bookstore, you know, it does help sustain us a little bit, but
you guys are
so
a 501c3. You're also a
Yeah.
nonprofit, and that's called Red Salmon Arts.
Yeah, so we do have our nonprofit to fundraise through that and do, you know, more work through that. Red Salmon Arts, and that's where we get our grants. We get a lot of support from the city and different social justice organizations that give money. But yeah.
So if people wanted to support you all and find out more about the bookstore and the nonprofit, how would they do that?
So we're on all social media platforms now. We're very grassroots and, you know, very word of mouth DIY, but now we're on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and we have our website, resistenciabooks.com, and there'll be links everywhere to our campaign right now.
Are you doing like a GoFundMe? Or?
Yeah, we're trying to do you know, crowdfunding for this move because we really need a lot of support for the small staff that are trying to make this move and to, you know, pay the other half of rent that we're going to have to pay. So we're on fundraiser.com/Red Salmon Arts, fundraising through there.
So for people who've never been here, what would you like them to know about this place and what you see as the importance of keeping it alive and thriving?
Yeah, so I think that everyone gets something a little bit different from here, but everyone is supported anyway when they come into the door. For me, you know, I'm a filmmaker and I had film screenings of my work here and, you know, worked with other young filmmakers to do a film series every summer. And so the bookstore is just here to help anyone in the arts, or if you're an organizer too, because we do a lot of supporting of activists. And so anything that people need, they can find here, basically. Because we're here for the community. We don't have any, you know, strict guidelines like, oh, we only help people in this way or that way.
Yeah.
We're very focused
it's an
on
arts support.
Yeah.
Lift people, lift up artists.
Yeah, very grassroots and, you know, very community oriented.
Okay. Thank you so much for sharing the story of Resistencia Bookstore and also the Red Salmon Arts. And good luck with the move. And as you said, if people want to find out more, it's easy to find on the worldwide internet.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Andrea Zarate, for taking some time out today to talk about your passion for this special place in our community. And thank you all for sharing a little bit of your afternoon with us. Stay cool out there.